capitalizing on their movement.
And we'll get a power play here. The exclusion will go on Alumni. That's on Nick Fadden. Bears will work along 2 meters. Simsek takes a look. From the outside, a stop there from Lapine on the attempt from Del Grammaticus. Able to keep that one out of the cage, and the sides come even.
Finding that window to get that shot off, it's small details as the defender put up the opposite hand as the shooter, which gave him that window. If he went up with a matching hand, it would be a different story.
The little things, think you have your arm up, but it's in the wrong position. On the other end, a skip goes high. And Cal will control here, looking for their first goal under 5 to play in the first quarter.
Those are the type of details you don't see on the stat sheet, but they make a huge difference in the end result of the game. Small things as taking extra breaststroke kick into a different position, maybe what hand you have up, what position is your arm in for the field block. All those little things add up.
Simsek lob off the ordinary, off the post, almost beating Lapine. He was able to go back and grab it. In transition, here's Sean Grab. Grab on the attack and hang on, a 6-on-5 opportunity. That will send Cade Cruz off. Ball tipped up and stolen. Savaris. And rough there for Alumni to draw a 6-on-5 and then have the ball tipped and stolen away. We go in transition on the other end. Simsek posting.
Cal has true centers on their team, but you can see them posting up, doing a lot of movement, driving people into the center position.
Yeah, we saw a lot of Masmanitas yesterday. He was a real tough cover as the shot clock expires and it's dumped aside.
We saw him inset on the outside.
Yeah, he was everywhere.
And in the middle ground as well. Ripping center shots off at 4.5, 5 meters.
Yeah, real versatile threat. Good defense there, forcing the ball under. And Cal is off to the races again, looking to get out on the counter. This is where they can be very effective. Backhand.
Just
well
a little wide of the cage, just a little wide. And that's that geography we're talking about as a center or, you know, even a post-up player, understanding where you are in the face of the cage. Are you out on the post? Are you outside the post? Just inches can make a difference in your finish and where your shot's going. So there he was, great position, close to the cage, but a little bit wide, causing him to shoot that backhand wide of the cage.
And we know, as folks watch these games, and if you're a coach and you're dealing with some younger players, they can cringe occasionally at the backhand because it is one of those flashier plays that people like to try and emulate, but if you haven't put in the time or the practice, it can look very bad and be a wasted possession. Yeah,
backhands, you know, can sometimes be seen as a low percentage shot, but sometimes that's what's given to you, so you got to go for it. Not my first pick of shots, but I have been known to rip a backhand here or there.
This is true. We have seen it once or twice on the world stage. So backhand goes wide, a timeout is called, and here comes Alumni. Nearly throwing that one into the hands of Cal.
Cal playing tight press defense, going for the steal, and they earn it.
Turnover here. The Bears will take it. Here's Tag. He'll push ahead.
No set right now, looking to drive some bodies in.
Here's Masmanitas winding up and letting it fly, putting it well over the goal. Saying that was tipped out by Lapine. Didn't seem possible. He's in disbelief, but they'll give it back to Cal. Cal working inside. Oh, what a low backhand attempt. Masmanita is so creative once he gets inside.
Always somehow making it to the ball and being so fluid with his movements out of set. And that was a different look. I mean, to make a strong turn and then just skim it slowly on the surface of the water, trying to sneak it underneath the goalie's arm.
Just off the post. It stays 1-0, low-scoring first quarter here. That one's well high on the try from John Wall.
Alumni getting Cal back into that zone defense. Those are where the opportunities for outside shooting are the best.
Simmons moving in. Left-hander tries to stuff it past Lapine. A stop there by the Olympian. Rigo.
Lapine carries such a calm and confidence in the cage. I really enjoy watching him play in there.
Lob on the other end, off the post and in. The touch from Kevin Witt.
Placing it perfectly for that nice bar in.
And a 2-0 lead for Alumni with 1:39 to play in the first. Pressure here from Alumni. Guarding things closely. Now inside Masmanitas, the step again and a save from Lapine, and that was a difficult angle, fading and trying to hit from center cage.
But you see him just step up slightly and find an angle to his teammate on the perimeter, and they just are sneaking that ball in. There's such an element of surprise when the center and the perimeter are on the same page.
Yeah, and you're seeing it here, and we talked about the continuity of this group. They know where to give him the ball and where it'll be effective as he tries again, and Lapine with the torso block. Under a minute to play, first quarter, fifth place game.
Yeah, when you've put in the time to start really learning your teammates, you're expecting their movements to open up, and you're almost reading them before they're making the actual moves, and everything starts to fall into place. And that's really where the fun comes in as an athlete, to get into that flow and just start playing that way.
Power play here for Alumni. This is a group that trains together, works well together as well, looking for a 3-0 lead. Off the post on that attempt, rebound right in front, right place, right time, and an ordinary called as Lapis was able to gather that one up. Right in front again, this time they cash in, scoring in close, JT Sarmento.
Great read by Rigo, selling the fake, patient, up and over, great pass to a great finish.
And a 3-0 lead for Alumni with just 15 seconds to play here in the first. Nice passing there from Alumni on that second effort. Feingold. O'Brien Shriddy inside Masmanitas, hitting.
There it is.
Continue to go to that well, and he gets Cal on the board with their first goal. Odysseus Masmanitas.
been working hard to get one in the back of the cage this morning. Finally finding it.
Triple team converging. And he's able to come near side and put it past Lapine. And last chance here. That's all for the first quarter. Largely dominated by Alumni. They lead it 3-1, but Cal strikes last on the Masmanitas goal. We're back with the second quarter after this. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
Second quarter action underway, and can hang tight on the sprint here because Cal jumped early. The ball will be awarded to Alumni. It's a 3-1 lead for Alumni here. Fifth place game, 2018 National League Championship. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for everyone chiming in on the live stream on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. Off the post, in close for Alumni. No dice. Jessica, Bears fan, checking in. Dennis, enjoying the commentary and coverage. Appreciate that. All these games archived live and on demand at facebook.com/USCWP and youtube.com/USCWP. And also don't forget live stats via the Fosh, thefosh.net. Keep up with all the results. Looking for Masmanitas again, but too much on the pass. He wanted a call. The officials saying that was an uncatchable ball anyway, to use some football parlance.
Masmanitas is incredibly unpredictable, and they're always changing his positioning, making it difficult to play defense against.
Yeah, he's a crafty guy there at 2 meters to try and figure out where he's going to be and what is he going to do next.
And when the center's constantly changing their positioning, I mean, it's really difficult on the defense to grab control of it and feel comfortable defending. There it is.
Back to back for the Bears. They trailed 3-0, now 3-2 thanks to the Vasily Savaris score. It's a one-goal game, so Cal getting on track. Second look here. And Savaris gets it low around the block. Unable to find the back of the net. Exclusion. Six on 5. And they score it. Andrew Rigo. Wasting little time. I think that was actually a 6 on 4, right?
Yep, 6 on 4. 2 players excluded. Typically when they're playing a 6 on 4, you'll find they'll try quickly to get 2 bodies back in the cage with the goalie. Play kind of a, what has been called a house defense or back in the cage defense. And Alumni taking advantage of that opportunity quickly.
Does that affect you as a shooter? When you see a goalie and 2 defenders, does it generally make things more challenging to try and score?
It's definitely a different look, especially when the defense has time to set up and become good blocks in the cage there. But it does give you the opportunity to come in much closer, right, to the cage. And so
Masmanides is halted by Lapine, but the rebound controlled. The Bears will have a new shot clock. He tries for the redirect in front from behind his head, and Lapine stuffs that.
the amount of touches Masmanides gets on the ball, I mean, just in this quarter alone, it's incredible.
I sense you're a little jealous.
I am. I love all these passes.
This is a center that is getting a lot of opportunities.
A lot of love out there. You got to take care of those opportunities, otherwise the passes stop coming.
Make it worth their while. Off the bar on the hard attempt from Simsek. Long rebound controlled by Cal and Hamming. Hamming has a look again.
Oh,
there's a field block.
There. Alumni playing great help defense here.
And now exclusion. So a double exclusion here against Feingold of Cal and Wall of Alumni. And 5-on-5 coming here. Savaris, 5-on-5 setup here. Masmanides
There it is.
comes up with the periscope arm and able to go low cross cage. 4-3. Gives the quick 360 spin, breaks off his defender and drills it.
We talked about his craftiness, but he creates so many opportunities for himself to receive that ball. Constantly moving, constantly sliding into lanes, and making sure that left hand is available.
Yeah, those are the things you talked about, field blocks and other kind of intangibles. He does a lot of work to get to the point where he can show you the crafty shot.
Yes.
On the other end, nothing crafty about that, just simple and effective. Lapis able to convert.
Nice quick pass. Patience on the shot and finish. Alumni with the steal.
And now leading out to a counter. Lenhart moving in. And hits. Credit to Alumni here. They've taken a good charge from Cal via Masmanitas, and now they have battled back with some goals, and Lenhart on the counter to make it 6-3.
Saw a few of these shots out of Lenhart yesterday. Great speed and one of the many lefties we see in this tournament this weekend.
Double team.
Nice
This is going to leave an opening. Nice little spin there from O'Brien Shritty, drawing the exclusion on Sean Grab, and a timeout called by Cal with 3:19 to play.
As a center, it's important to not only know where your defender is on your back and feel the movement of the defenders and kind of predict where they're going, but also knowing where the crash is coming from so that you can get a quick kick out to your teammate, possibly stepping into that open water and setting them up for the opportunity to get a quick shot off. And that's another thing. You know, the ball comes into set, your defense is going to all crash back into set. If you can get a quick kick out, then you have defense a bit on their heels and scrambling back out to recover from that crash.
And you saw it right here. And this has been set up by Masmanitas continually getting opportunities. So now they're really checking him, and that's going to open up lanes for everybody else.
Correct.
It all starts with the centers, Cam. You see, it's like, you know,
working from the inside out here.
Exactly. The fruit of life here in the water polo game. You treat that center well, you get the ball in there. This is what happens. Whoever I call the game with here, whatever position they play, whether it's Chris Dorst, the goalkeeper, Betsy Armstrong, goalkeeper, suddenly goalies are the foundation of everything.
Exactly.
Centers, of course, Cammie's specialty through 3 Olympic Games with Team USA. And it's worked well here for the Cal Bears. They have the 6-on-5 now, coming out of the timeout, looking to chip away at a 3-goal deficit. Lapine able to get in the cage but keep the ball out, turning that one away on the attempt by Cade Cruz. Power play is over.
Cal doing a good job beating the defender there, but Lapine, once again, right where he needs to be.
Big post of opportunity here.
Great center play by Alumni.
They were working inside for Sarmento, and exclusion was called. And Alumni will call for time. I think Cal was trying to force a turnover there before the timeout was called, but Alumni will have the 6-on-5, and they will call for time with 2:39 to play in the first half. And some frustration there for head coach Kirk Everest. And Robert Lynn, who has been coaching this team, is now in the water. He played the first game yesterday, did not play in the afternoon contest, but coming in here for the 6-on-5. A little more than 2.5 to play. Alumni on the advantage.
Cal's playing a gap defense on their 5-man right now. There's a lot of risk in that for Alumni.
Lynn takes a look. Deals it off, a near turnover. As Witt tries to control. Lets it fly and wave it off. Inside the 2 was the call against Alumni, and that cancels out the 6-on-5.
You see Cal up on the counterattack, leading to an exclusion. That's exactly why they play that gap defense on 5-man, to lead into their counterattack and create these opportunities.
And Lenhart is excluded, and now the opportunity here for the Bears. Lurking inside, that double post threat. Masminis on the outside. Side's coming even. Bad pass there. Was trying to find O'Brien Shritty. Ends up in the waiting hands of Rigo. Meanwhile, Lenhart moving in on the offensive end. Alumni down a player after a couple of substitutions. Lenhart thinking about taking it himself. Near side shot instead from Wall. And a 7-3 lead for Alumni. So that was Alumni down a couple of players by their own choosing. Guys making their way back into the offensive end. And instead it was a 3-on-6 more or less. And it didn't matter as Wall converts.
Cal needing just to commit one player to Wall. That's it. Hanging out, having a little conversation about it, but
minute 13 until halftime. This is the 5th place match. 3rd place to follow, LA Athletic Club USA University. Cal. Lapine got just enough of that. He's had a couple of close calls. Knocks down that Savaris attempt. It was dancing across the goal line, but he pulls it back. Good look inside. What a save. Tag turning that one away on the spinning attempt in close. And now just 25 seconds left.
Cal should be working to get one more point on the board before they're going into that second half.
Yeah, looking to chip away at this 4-goal deficit. Hamming. O'Brien Shritty on the bounce.
Lapine shrugs it off like, well, sometimes that happens.
Sometimes you get beat on the skip. Arm up, and then it starts to fade a bit, and that's when the shot comes.
You could see that skip. He skipped it super far out from the cage, so it kind of slows down the shot.
So a 7-4 game, just a few seconds left. Last try for Alumni. That's off the bar and out of play with less than a second to go. Cal will get this one live. Let it fly. It is out of play, and that's all for the first half in our 5th place game. It's Alumni 7, Cal 4. We take a timeout and return with a third. You're watching live from Berkeley on USA Water Polo TV. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
Third quarter has begun. Fifth place game. Alumni holding a 7-4 lead over Cal Golden Bear. Cammie Craig and Greg Meskel joining you here from the Speaker Aquatics Complex. Another beautiful day here in NorCal. Really lucked out this weekend. Andrew Rigo controlling here for Alumni.
Alumni Center working hard to gain possession, finally finding it.
Yeah, it's a real battle there for Lapis. And it's taken back. Cal goes to a change in goal. Bernardo de Oliveira comes on. Lapine stays in for Alumni. Ordinary called here. Zimsek. The redirect in front, swatted by Lapine, and he comes up with it. Lapis now gives off to Fadden. Again working for 2 meters. This time it's Sean Grab posting up. They get it in, Grab, and he will draw the 6-on-5 power play.
Nice direct pass into set. Good move leading to that ejection.
Hoover sent off. Alumni looking to go ahead by 4. Lots of faking. Here's Rigo. The quick shot, too much bounce on that skip. And the power play to no avail. Early stats here. In the third, Alumni 3 for 8 on the advantage. Cal 0 for 4. Way high on that attempt from the side. And Cal, Cami, they've struggled on the advantage. They also struggled shooting the ball. Now 4 for 20. Just about 20%.
Our first game, we saw a 3-goal deficit that ended up being a tied game going into a shootout. So
what you're saying is,
once again.
Yeah, we don't know what will happen going forward.
Plenty of time left in this game to get there.
Entry, De Oliveira leaves the house and picks up that one. USA Collegiate taking 7th place in our first game in a shootout victory over the youth squad. On the other end, a save Lapine with the left hand. This is our 5th place match. We've got the Los Angeles Athletic Club, USA University coming up in about a half an hour for 3rd place, and then at 12:45 p.m. Pacific time, Olympic Club and the New York Athletic Club. Lapis takes a look. Shot clock to 4, goes inside to 3. The Ordinary is there and making an exclusion and a new shot clock. And a timeout called by Alumni. Vladimir Kazansky able to draw the exclusion.
Cal getting organized, discussing their defense. This will be a big stop for them as they try to chip away and get back into this game.
And as they try and work back in, they've been successful when they've worked for Massimanides, but of course Alumni knows about him now. There's no real element of surprise there. They could use some other folks to help chip in on the offensive end, but it'll start here on defense to try and cancel out this 6-on-5.
Being very mobile on their 5-man right now, trying to knock down, which leaves you with the risk like you just saw right now, an open post with a free shot.
That was point blank range. Kevin Witt goes off the post and away.
Cal's creating some great opportunities. It's just converting those shots.
Exclusion on the other end. Power play here. Robert Lynn sent off. And a 6-on-5 for Cal, and here's a good way to work their way back in. Della Grammaticus hitting from the outside to cut this down to 2.
You can see how fluidly they move the ball around. Great passing, great speed, keeping the ball up in a threat position, keeping Lapine on his legs the entire time working in the cage, which then leads to a great opportunity. Passing is so important on 6-on-5 to set up your teammates. Every time you receive the ball on the outside and you're faking, you have the opportunity to lock in the goalie, move the defense, and create an opening for the teammate next to you.
And able to do just that. And now make it a 7-5 game.
Referee is calling the game tight today.
And we see another exclusion here. We saw a very physical game yesterday, New York Athletic Club versus University, and officials not going to let this get anywhere near that. In front, the spin, but the save to Oliveira. They had all day in close. Spencer Galley able to pop up, turn, but then got turned aside.
On the post there's an internal clock, this kind of need to get the ball out of your hand, and a lot of times we'll find ourselves with more time than we even expected to take a look and then put the ball away.
Yeah, finding that rhythm, not rushing the shot, but also being aware of those defenders coming on. Contra foul called. And then 6-on-5 coming. So first an offensive, then an exclusion. Alumni with a chance for more.
Alumni quickly trying to set up when the exclusion's done in the backcourt. Eats up quite a bit of your possession.
Chase Hamming departs.
Now having to look for a quick opportunity.
Yeah, they're still happy to have the advantage, but it's not the same as it would be in the half court. They make quick work as Lenhart buries it. 8-5 the lead for Alumni.
Lenhart looking rather comfortable up there and sees his lane, puts it away top shelf. Alumni not allowing Cal to get too close to them.
You're exactly right. Cal tries to chip away, and then Alumni says, hang on, gets it within 2. We'll push it back to 3. And that's the way to win a game, quite obviously, but also just from a kind of a motivational standpoint. If you're trying to come back and each time you feel like you get closer, the opponent pushes you back a little further, it's tough to keep that up. This will help. 6-on-5 chance here. Greg Enlow out for 20 seconds. And Cal hits. Fine gold. Solid gold on the 6-on-5. And again, Cal back within 2. Keeper comes out, and a steal by Hamming. Looking to connect with Wesley Lincoln in front of the cage.
Cal up on the counterattack. It's difficult when centers get that inside water and have all their momentum moving towards the cage.
Hamming on the catch from Toronto, off the post and in.
That's the shot.
1-goal game, Chase Hamming hitting.
Nice cross cage bar in. Like I said, you run the risk as Alumni was looking to feed their center inside water. Everything he's doing is moving towards the cage. And so when the goalie comes out for that quick steal, it just fed Cal's counterattack. It's hard to recover as a center and get even with who you're trying to defend.
Cal continues to battle back in this one. Spinning off the defender. Good look inside. Just an ordinary. Again, working for Wall. De Oliveira ended up putting that one in the net. Accidentally on the attempt from Rigo. We'll get a second look at this one, and Kirk Everest can't believe it. Let's see if we have the angle here. He'll stop it, and that was in.
Yeah, definitely in. You can see it bounce off of his forearms back into the cage.
There's another angle on that. We'll take a look at it as well, but frustration there. Score the goal for Alumni and Rigo. And that'll make it 9-7.
The frustration of a goalie to be completely on top of that ball and just have it bounce just the wrong way.
Yeah, just hard to gather. He was just trying to control that one and keep it from going all the way in, and did exactly that. On the other end, a double team as they pour it inside. Outside, off the keeper and in. A couple of tough luck plays here for De Oliveira. First the stop that he couldn't gather, and now off the cage, off his body and in.
They're going to feel the momentum swing on that. Like you said, 2 unlucky possessions in a row for the goalkeeper. That is.
Bernardo De Oliveira can't catch a break here. First had a stop, inadvertently pushes it into the cage, and then it goes off the post, off of his back and in, and quickly Alumni has taken a 3-goal lead back. It was a 1-goal game just moments ago. And now a timeout called.
Still a lot of time left in this game. We have a full quarter after this timeout.
Kirk Everest going to the dry erase board, but those are those moments where you're doing the right things and it just doesn't go your way, and now you got to deal with that adversity.
Yeah, and you'll find yourself in those situations where you're trying to create. And like you said, just do the right thing to get the game back to where you want it. And, you know, this is where kind of you got to dig deep and grind out as a team together and move forward. The great thing, the game's not over until it's over, and we've seen so many things happen in sport that make no sense, right? Or incredible comebacks and things like that.
Yeah, just logically shouldn't happen. I mean, you'd think about even our first game today, and not that was an illogical ending, but one team has a 3-goal lead, they end up giving it up. It forces a shootout. They lose in that shootout, where once you get in a shootout, it's a bit of a game of chance in some respects. And
right.
So still plenty of time here for Cal. A goal here would certainly boost their spirits going to the fourth. Shot clock to 10. Simsek over the cage and away. And now Alumni here with just 12 seconds left.
Cal rushing that opportunity just a bit, shooting with 10 seconds left on the clock.
Alumni gives it right back. De Oliveira with 2 seconds left. Hamming at the horn. Lapine knocks it down. Made things a bit more dangerous for himself than he had to. And 3/4 complete in our 5th place game. Alumni leads Cal 10-7. We return with the 4th quarter here on USA Water Polo TV live from Berkeley. You never know where the next Olympian might be coming from, but it could be water polo, and that starts with Splash Ball. Splash Ball is a program for children ages 5 through 9 designed to introduce them to the sport of water polo while promoting water safety. Improve swimming skills and learn a sport you'll love for a lifetime. For more information, visit splashballusa.org.
Cap 7 is the proud sponsor of USA Water Polo. Cap 7 is the best ball in the world.
Fourth quarter in the fifth place game has begun between Alumni and Cal, and Alumni holds the 10-7 lead. A 3-goal lead was not safe in our seventh place game. Let's see what Alumni can do over these final 8 minutes. And the clock was late to start, so they'll pull the ball out.
When you're starting a fourth quarter with a 3-goal lead, you definitely don't want to stop playing offense, but you want to be a lot more methodical about how you're attacking, right? You don't want to put yourself in any situation that's going to feed Cal's counterattack, and, you know, don't be taking risky shots that may lead you to trailing on the other end.
Yeah, a bit more of a conservative approach.
Yes. But you'll find some teams slow it down so much that they stop playing offense, and if there is a shift in momentum, if Cal starting to pick up on offense, then you find yourself in this offensive lull, if you will.
And it's hard to kind of get back that flow you had from earlier.
So finding that balance is important.
That'll help. Just to rip it off the post, Kevin Witt kept on attacking. And off the ordinary, drills it.
Kevin Witt not taking a lot of shots in this tournament, but the shots that he takes are very sniper-esque.
Yeah, we've heard some of the more veteran players here suggest there's only a couple of shots in the arm.
That's
so
right.
They got to really
pick and choose when they're going to use them.
They can't just let it fly at all hours here.
And why not make them look as good as Kevin Witt does?
Exactly. An 11-7 lead for Alumni. Excellent start for Alumni here in this fourth quarter. Cal working their way back. Simsek goes inside, working for Masmanitas, who will draw an exclusion. Enlow departing.
Important here for Cal to convert this.
Yeah, this is big if they want to stay afloat here. Here's Savaris. They work it around the perimeter. Simsek now. The skip off the bar, long rebound. Sides come even. Cal will control. Ball near side again, off the bar, ricocheted around the cage and away.
Lapine lets out a sigh there, as Cal definitely was making him work in the cage. I talked earlier about just how comfortable Lapine looks in the cage and his communication, his movements. An Olympian 2012, definitely comfortable in that zone. He's in his element there.
It never appears all that rattled.
And that's how you want your goalies to be. They're your last line of defense. They're your calm communication behind you. I think about the goalies I've played with, and they've all carried that type of calm with them.
And Lapine has stayed active. He's also gotten into beach handball and has played with Team USA in that sport. They've done well.
Well, that's a fun fact.
In recent competitions.
Like beach handball, what?
I think he kind of fell into that fairly randomly, and then being a goalkeeper, those skills transitioned well to that sport.
And you have to think, what's more difficult than playing a sport in the water? Well, let's put you in soft sand.
Exactly.
There you go, Lapine. You've outdone yourself.
Yeah, he doesn't want to make things easy on himself. In front, penalty. Easy call there. That was Galley moving towards the cage and was dragged down from behind, and now a chance for Alumni to go in front 12-7.
Doesn't take much to find that inside water to give yourself an opportunity for that ejection or 5-meter call.
And Kevin Witt will use up another one of his shots here and scores it. So Alumni expanding their lead, now 12-7 after Witt hits. Again, live stats available at thefosh.net, THEFOSH.net. Make sure you check that out, and you can keep track of all the stats here from this game and all the games from the 2018 National League Championship. Thanks to everyone for joining us here on the Facebook and YouTube live streams. More action to come after this third place game coming up. USA University will take on the LA Athletic Club. Then that will lead us into our championship match, the New York Athletic Club taking on the Olympic Club. Ball turns over here. It will go back to Alumni. They will call a timeout.
Robert Lynn, the head coach of Chadwick School, has found himself in a coaching position again here with Alumni, but wearing a Speedo and a cap. Player/coach.
The rare coach in full uniform.
When you got that coaching in your blood, I guess you just can't stop.
Played in the Olympics for Team USA, also an assistant coach for Team USA at the 08 and 12 games. He's involved with the junior national team. He's coached high school club, played professionally, really has spent a life in water polo. Three minutes deep here in the fourth quarter after the timeout. Alumni ahead 12-7. Good look over the top. Keeper out. De Oliveira gathers that up. Nice little move towards the cage there by Sarmento, but he couldn't put it on net. Ball tipped out and stolen. And Alumni in comfortable control of this one as we approach the halfway mark of the fourth.
Smart move to try to get that ball out and tip it out as Alumni is playing that zone defense is back. Not a lot of space in set right now for Cal, and that's where they like to go to, as we've seen over the course of the game, constantly trying to feed their centers and create something through that. Ball tipped away. Cal has it back. They've got to go here. Rigo not quite expecting that on the drive. Pass maybe needed to come a second later. Under 4 to play now. Bears trailing 12-7 on the attack. Here's Simsek. Near side, Hamming. Quick release and hits. So those long cross passes that'll get your goalie. It's really important that you stay tight down low defensively. It's an easy fix, but it's easy to fall asleep or be off just enough to give that offensive person the opportunity to get a quick shot off. And no shot blockers in the way as Hamming took the quick catch and release. Good movement there. Alumni in control here despite the last goal from Cal. Bears trying to rally. They force another turnover here. This is the 5th place game of the 2018 National League Championship. Cammie Craig and Greg Meskel joining you here from Berkeley. Hamming
Quick release, Simsek, 2 in a row for the Cal Bears. They chip away now, 12-9 they trail.
There again, the ball is flying from one side of the pool to the other, and that is what's going to make it difficult for your goalie to get hands on the balls. When you're in that position, when everyone's falling off on all sides of the pool, it gets dangerous. So you'll find if you're going to be helping from one side of the pool, you need to be pressing hard on the other, or vice versa.
And now you get a couple of goals here, and Cal can start to sense we can really close this gap here with a couple of more opportunities. And they're pressuring the ball here deep into the backcourt.
Alumni could possibly just relaxing a little bit, creating these opportunities and letting Cal feel like they can get back into the game.
Alumni throws that one away. Bears back on the attack, looking to cut this down to 2. Delo Grammaticus after the ordinary. He's field blocked. Rebound controlled by Hoover. New shot clock for Cal. Some movement inside. Quick delivery. Lapine with the block and the control by Witt. 2:30 to play in the 4th.
Nice post up there by Cal, starting to create things.
Alumni now spreading it out, to your point. Just slowing things down and no real rush. That was a deafening field block.
Field block down into the center's head.
Oof.
A lot of heat coming off that. You could hear it throughout the pool. Yes, though, Alumni is now starting to play the game situation, definitely.
Under 2 to go, 4th quarter. Savaris. Simsek on the perimeter. Back and forth they go. Simsek, and he is halted by Lapine at the near post. With 90 seconds to play here in the 4th, and it looks like Alumni will have weathered this Cal run and are going to be able to hang on for 5th place here.
Alumni taking their time. Maybe not even thinking about playing too much offense right now.
At this point, they seem confident to just remove time from the clock.
That's right.
That attempt well off the mark. And Cal will call for time with 1:05 left in the 4th. This is where you see timeout and think, well, how can they possibly make up 3 goals here in a minute 5? And the answer is they probably can't, but this is an opportunity for this Cal team to work towards an end-of-game situation. This group specifically looking towards the college season this fall and what can they put in place that's going to benefit them when the real games roll around in September.
We talked about training, how do we replicate these game situations, 5-meter shootouts or tied with 1 minute to go, 20 seconds to go. And these scenarios and these situations within these tournaments create just that. So, for them, this is just a training opportunity, like you said, and an opportunity to practice against somebody else. With national team, our games are so few and far apart, and we spend so many hours beating up on each other. It's so great when we actually get to put on all the same color caps and beat up on somebody else.
And a similar feeling here for this Cal team. And any college team, you practice against each other a lot. It's a welcome sight to cap up and play somebody else. Out of the timeout, De Oliveira will get things started for Cal as we approach the 1-minute mark. And an exclusion called. Rigo departs. 6-on-5 now for the Bears, looking for their 10th goal in this match. Savaris working, skipping, and too much bounce on it. Put it up over the goal and out of play. Alumni will have it back, and again, they will play keep away here with 44 seconds and counting left. Rigo, it advances into the front court.
Taking their time, trying to run down the clock.
Shot clock down to 6. Here's Lenhart to 3. Puts up the lob, and that's out of play. Shot clock is off. Final 17 seconds here. Hamming. Quick attack here from the Bears. Under 10 seconds to play. Simsek works it around to Cruz. Field block, rebound controlled by Alumni, and that will do it. The final horn signifies 5th place at the 2018 National League Championship for Alumni. They defeat Cal 12-9. Our final here. Coming up next, 3rd place action. University meets LA Athletic Club. Stay with us. You're watching live on USA Water Polo TV from Berkeley, California.